our own internal problems, but CPEC is the reality, and it will mature. So the next speaker in line is Mr. Zamir Asadi. Without a delay, I will hand over the floor to him. Mr. Zamir Asadi, please.
Thank you very much, Ji, once again for all of the organizers. And it was again really a very great food for thought. The presentations that were delivered by our senior scholars, Professor Zamir Saab and Irfan Shahzad Saab, and definitely Hina Habib have also given a very good facts and figures. So being a journalist, I would like to talk about some of the points, although Mr. Irfan Shahzad and our other scholars have elaborated in a very detailed manner all of the you can say that the dimensions about the bilateral relationship and all of the impact, all of the other connected things surrounding Pak-China bilateral relationship and the China-Pakistan economic corridor. I think there is not too much room for me, but what I have felt, and I have, being a journalist, I have written some of the articles on China-Pakistan economic corridor and Pak-China bilateral relationship, and I have researched some of the content on it. So I will talk about it. Basically, the bilateral relationship of Pakistan and China is considered as a very unique relationship at the stage of international diplomatic arena. There are very good friendly countries, like America have its good partner countries, friendly countries. India have its good friendly and partner countries, but the relationship which Pakistan and China is enjoying, you cannot have any other examples that can match with this relationship. There was once an interview of former President Pervez Musharraf in China. One of the senior journalists from Chinese media asked Mr. President Pervez Musharraf that you always talk about that Pakistan and China relationship is always higher than Himalayas and sweeter than honey and stronger than steel and deeper than oceans. But we do not see this relationship is yielding the practical results and the benefits for both sides. As you see that the volume of the trade relationship between China and India is too much, but the trade volume between Pakistan and China is very low. So how do you comment on it? So President Pervez Musharraf replied that the relationship between Pakistan and China, it is not only about the volume or the figures or the stats or the data of different fields and sectors. It is about the sentiment which Pakistan and China enjoys in its relationship. No other country can enjoy that sentiment. So I think whenever we talk about Pakistan and China relationship, many of the people, they talk about that, look, that we are a brotherly country and we are a very close neighbor, but our volume of the trade is maybe not good, or our relationship in different sectors is maybe not good, but it takes time. Definitely, even if you are brothers and when you are doing business, then you settle your terms and conditions. So between even the brothers, the settlement of the you can say the terms and conditions, the good settlements, it takes time. So I think although our that volume and the figure is very low, but it will take time, and we will see that the relationship of Pakistan and China will definitely yield more and more good things for the people on both sides. So Pakistan has always, advocated the Chinese internal and international interest. Pakistan have always voted in favor of China. So in the same way, like Pakistan have always supported China in terms of Xinjiang issues. the human rights issues in terms of Hong Kong and Tibet and Taiwan. Whenever China needs international sports, Pakistan is always there. And in the same case, whenever Pakistan needs sports on international arena or at the UN, United Nations, so China is always there. Pakistan just puts up its request, and China is always there to entertain. So we have seen in the last 10 or 15 years that whenever India or other countries, even in the financial action task force, or when it was about to designate some of the Pakistani citizens as a terrorist, so China always stood there for Pakistan, and China always talk about the principles, that what are the principles of designating a terrorist for any the status of a terrorist for any citizen. So China is always advocated Pakistan. So the relationship, I think, is very unique, is very good. So the both sides are enjoying the fruits, and I think from these relationship, Pakistan is a country that is gaining maximum benefits. China is no doubt a big country. China has good resources, good potential, good volume of trade between with other countries. So Pakistan, being a small country, but it's very good neighbor in South Asia, always enjoys a top priority in the Chinese, you can say, friendliness and the neighborhood policy. And whenever we talk about China and South Asia relationship in terms of trade, recently, I think 2 weeks ago, I was writing an article. There was an expo, China South Asia Expo. It happens every year in Kunming, China. So there was some of the figures about the China South Asia Expo. So from these expo, the statistics that were shown in this expo, it shows that Pakistani business community, Pakistani, you can say, the traders needs to do more to enhance its exports to China. And there were some of the figures that recently in this China South Asia Expo, more than 56 billion US dollars projects were signed between China and the South Asian countries. But the figure from the Pakistani, you can say, the traders or the business community about the projects that were signed by Pakistani community, Pakistani businessmen, were very low. But as I have already told, that definitely with the passage of the time, the Pakistani business community will strengthen its products and will improve its quality. And so we think that with the passage of the time, that the projects signed between Pakistani business community and the Chinese business community will also be improved. So the volume will also be improved. So I think there were some of the things that I have noticed from this China and South Asia Expo, is that during the 6th China South Asia Exposition, and from November 19 to 22 in Kunming, around 600 billion yuan, like total $84 billion projects were signed. So since the first China South Asia Exposition in 2013, 3,331 projects have been inked with a total value of 4.3 trillion yuan. So you can imagine that there is a huge scope of the business between China and South Asian countries, and especially between China and Pakistan. So I think if Pakistan have the potential to capitalize the platform of this China South Asia Expo, we can, our business community can earn more, income while trading with China. So there is also another China International Import Expo that holds every year in November. So this year, Pakistani business community and the Pakistani traders were also there, and they exhibited many of the products. So and we also know that China is always welcoming the international community and other countries to export their products towards China. China is a huge you can say market as far as the consumption is concerned. So the only need of the time is to hunt down or to trace or to chase what are the needs of the Chinese domestic market. If our business community have a good potential to tap or to trace down the good potential of the Chinese domestic market, I think more and more opportunities will be there. So as far as the China-Pakistan economic corridor is concerned, I always believe that we should give credit to China that in 2013 when it started, see the CPEC is started, that was a time when we were facing energy crisis in Pakistan. That was a time when the security situation of the country was not good, and there was not a single country that was willing to invest in Pakistan. So it was only China that under the Belt and Road Initiative, it took a big risk, and it really showed the confidence on the Pakistani market, on the Pakistani people, on the Pakistani government, that even if Pakistan is having a security crisis, but Pakistan is a safe country and we can, yes, we can invest. So it was China who started investing in Pakistan in 2013 under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. So the travel started in, the journey started in 2013, and now it's 2022. We see that in just 8 to 10 years, China $5 billion in Pakistan, and was a kind of an Eastern countries and the European countries that they show their willingness that now, yes, we are also interested to invest in Pakistan. They thought that if China is there to cultivate the maximum opportunities from Pakistan, then why we cannot go there? So I think the Chinese investment, the credit goes to the Chinese investment that opened up the Pakistani market for the other countries as well. And now we are seeing that the Saudis are interested to build up oil refinery in Gwadar, in Balochistan, and the volume of the investment on this oil refinery is huge. So it will definitely help Pakistan in the longer run. But definitely we will have to give the credit to CPEC. The journey started in 2013. And we also see that under this CPEC project, we have witnessed that Pakistan was able to tackle the energy crisis, and that when the energy crisis was tackled, it helped our industries to restore, to revive their production and to increase their exports to the international market. So there was a time when there was an energy crisis, there was a severe kind of a load shedding for the domestic, for our domestic consumers and for the industrial consumers as well. So Pakistani industrialists, they were not in a position to fulfill their orders from the international market. So I think the CPEC power projects, they really helped Pakistani industry to revive and to start their production and to fulfill their orders that they were getting from the European countries. So I think there are many good things that we can talk about the CPEC in terms of the investment in Pakistani vocational training centers. It is the CPEC is helping in the, you can say, in the trainings of the laborers of Pakistan. The CPEC is shifting the ultra modern Chinese experience in Pakistan. The Pakistani workers, while working with the Chinese engineers, they are learning the new technological developments of the Chinese technology, and the infrastructural development is there. We are witnessing the investment of China in Pakistani health sector, in education sector. So there are many sectors we can talk about. CPEC, I think, is really a gift for Pakistan, and it is really a very good opportunity for Pakistani nation as well. So I think there is a dire need of the time that the Pakistani political parties they now think about it, that if we will not be able in this time of age to establish a political stability, then definitely we will not be in a position to get maximum benefits from CPEC. So I think this is a time that being as a nation, we should think about it. we should go for the political stability in Pakistan, because the political stability is a basic indicator and a fundamental indicator to invite the maximum investment in your country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zamir Asadi Sab. You talked about many interesting points, and yes, I agree. It's all about the sentiment, and those of you who have who had the opportunity to visit China would agree that they really reciprocate and respect Pakistani people. I, as a student, I have seen that sentiment and in China, and I'm sure those who have visited would also agree with this. And that's a unique relationship, and world talks about it, and they admire this relationship, Pakistan-China relationship, and it's a role model relationship for the world. And then you talked about China South Asia Expo, and the opportunities are traders can like get benefit from such expos are immense. And then you talked about Chinese investment after CPEC. It brought the confidence of other countries in Pakistan as well to invest in Pakistan. Like it was the China who initiated this, and then this thing continued, and now other countries are also like investing in Pakistan. So